Hey, this is Anthony Effinger at Willamette Week, and I'm here with another episode of Distant Voices. And today I'm talking with Jovani Prince, aka the world famous Cracker King. He's a local entrepreneur, and he's going to tell us what it's like to run a pretty new business during COVID. Thanks for joining us.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm happy to be here.
So tell us what you do.
Well, I make the best gluten-free crackers in the world. We make them here out of Portland. We have 3 different flavors. We have a cheddar and pepper, a rosemary and sea salt, and we have a sriracha, and all 3 will knock your socks off.
And what's the base? If it's not gluten, what is it?
Well, it's our own flour blend, but I mean, I can't tell you what it is, right? It's a Cracker King secret.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
But it is our own flour blend that I made up myself from scratch. So it's absolutely amazing.
Now, did somebody in your life have celiac or was gluten intolerant?
A friend of mine had gluten intolerance, and they said that I should actually make gluten-free product because they needed good food. So yes, that was a friend that did it. It wasn't like a family member, but yes, a friend is what guided me into this industry.
Okay, and so did you know how to bake crackers?
I did not know a damn thing about baking crackers at all. What happened was that my mom, I was looking for a small business to make, to build, to start. And being African American, I got tired of being the first to be fired and the last one to be hired. And then once we had our 2 babies, our twins, then we had 3 kids. And I knew I had to do something, and I wanted to do something that no one could ever take away from me. So that's the reason why I started, I wanted to start a small business. I figured, look, no one can fire me if it's my own business, right? Or if they're not doing good or whatever, it's my business. I just fire myself. And so what happened was my mom made these amazing crackers, and my wife and I went to go visit her. And on our way back home, this road trip, we couldn't stop eating those crackers. And so my wife said to me, she goes, why don't you, all you do is talk about food all the time. You need to do something with food. And I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, you're right. That's all I do is talk about food. And then she said, why don't you make those crackers your mom made? And I thought, the light bulb went off, of course. I'm like, hey, that's a great idea. That's kind of how it all started, was because of that.
That's amazing. Okay, so when did you first land on store shelves?
About 3 years ago. Yeah. I met a lady when I was driving Lyft and Uber, and I was telling her about that I was making, she told me she worked at New Seasons, and I said, well, I make these gluten-free crackers and whatnot. And then she said, well, let me connect you with some people there. And that's kind of how it all got started. And then also I ended up at Barber World Foods, was probably my first account because someone told me you should go to Barber World Foods and try to sell your product. And we had just gotten here, and I needed some extra money for Christmas for my kids, and I was basically a stay-at-home dad, just stay at home working and whatnot. And so I went to them and I said, look, if you let me sell your crackers, of course I'll give you a percentage of it, and I'm just trying to get some money for my kids' Christmas presents, and would you allow me to do that? And they said okay, and that's how I kind of did my first store here.
That's amazing. So you moved up from California?
We moved up from Oakland, California. Yes, we did.
Okay. So what's happening during quarantine with the business?
Well, we have a different story than everyone else. At the beginning of the year, of course, we were in a situation where, we were very small. We were just kind of hanging on and kind of just trying to just keep the momentum and keep the business open. I was in shelves like in five different New Seasons stores. But, we were still moving, but we maybe had 18 accounts or something like that. It was very, very small. And what happened was that COVID hit, of course. I couldn't do farmer's market. I couldn't go out and demo at the store. So I was pretty screwed at that time. I was like, oh my God, I'm screwed. What am I going to do, right? And then what happened was that George Floyd happened. When what happened with George Floyd, it happened, and people all of a sudden wanted to support Black businesses. And all of a sudden, everyone went out and started buying my crackers. They gave me a chance. You see, I've been sitting on the shelves, and I know I make the best gluten-free crackers in the world, but people just walk by. But all of a sudden that happened, and I had my family, a Black family in front. People went and they just grabbed it and they tried it, and then they went crazy over it. And then we just took off. So it's a whole
Wow.
nother, yeah, it's a whole nother situation than most people. We took off, and all of a sudden we just grew and grew and grew. Then we got a loan from New Seasons to help us scale, which helped us a great deal. I mean, and we're talking about since the start of COVID, and George Floyd to now, we're going to be in with the launch of Whole Foods in a week. We're going to be in over 80 stores in that short of time, in a few months.
So how did you scale the business up after that?
Well, how I scaled it was, I mean, we got the loan from New Seasons, and it allowed me to be able to get new packaging, which was a big thing for mine. So we're not putting the sticker on the front, save us money, of course. I already had the contacts, the contacts. But really, what happened was because people were wanting to work with Black businesses, people reached out to me and wanted to carry my product. So it wasn't me having to so much go after people, but people started trying my product, and it just started spreading and started spreading and started spreading to the point now we're a staple here within the Portland area. We just got, we had a Taster's Choice Awards, which was a really, really big thing that we just got. And From the OEN, for the Oregon Entrepreneur Network, for the event that they had. Everything's just been growing and growing and growing, and we've been extremely, extremely blessed. So next year is going to be a huge, huge year for us. So my story is a lot different from other people, and it's really sad. It's really sad because even though I knew I had the best product out there on the shelf, people wouldn't give me a chance. Then all of a sudden, support Black businesses, people all of a sudden gave me the opportunity. And all I needed was that opportunity because I had an amazing product. But if you can't get in people's mouths, what can you do? And if people just won't give you the opportunity. So it's a really, it's a good thing how it happened for me and how we were able to expand and be, and grow and scale and starting to become and actually be now are really a staple in Portland or Oregon. Wouldn't say Portland, but Oregon, and also how we're expanding out through Washington and California now. We've been really, really, really blessed. But it's unfortunately that it had to do with the death of another of a Black man, and that right there is very hurtful.
Last thing, are you seeing people? Do you think you're getting more business because people are eating more snack food and staying at home and looking for comfort?
That is actually a really good question. Of course, I think that has a lot to do with it. I mean, is that people get to stay home, they get to pop up in that bag. And I mean, we're all, I mean, all of our grocery bills are a lot higher, I'm sure. Not to mention our laundry bills, our water bill, everything else is higher because everyone's at home. So yeah, I think those components that all came together for me was a perfect storm. It's been a really, really perfect storm.
So
We are looking for investors right now to scale. That's a huge thing, but we're getting there, and we're doing really well. So anybody out there, we are looking for investors at this time.
how do your crackers pair with wine and beer?
Oh my God, amazing! My rosemary seesaw crackers go amazing with brie and goat cheese. My sriracha with hummus. Oh my God, it's amazing with hummus. And then we have our cheddar and pepper, which tastes like a Cheez-It on steroids. I mean, it's and with no preservatives or anything in it. I mean, it's amazing, amazing. I mean, you can slap some cheese in that if you want, but it stands alone. It's really, really good.
All right, Jovani, it's just about cocktail hour. I think I might have to run out and get some of the world famous Cracker King's crackers.
You got to get them. And also, I just want to let everyone know on our website, www.thecrackerking.com, we do have a seasonal sale right now, and it's for the season. So it's only $3.99 for a bag. So don't miss out. This is a great deal for us. Usually it's $1 off. It's usually $4.99. So during the season, go to my website and we'll take care of you.
Jovani, I love it. Thank you so much for doing this, and thanks for talking with us.
All right. Thank you so much for your time.